So the DJI Mini 3 Pro or the DJI Avata, these are two completely different drones, but they are also quite similar. Both made by DJI and both giving you that wow factor every single time you take them out for a flight, or especially for me, every single time I take these two for a spin, I am amazed with the capabilities of these two drones. But if you're looking for a drone for the first time or just want to, add something to your arsenal, which of these two should you get, or should you get both? So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the pros and cons with the Mini 3 Pro and the latest drone by DJI, the Avata FPV drone. But before we do that, I want to show you a sequence that I shot with the Avata and the Mini 3 Pro. And all the clips are mixed up, so I bet you cannot tell the difference. Especially if you are watching this on your cell phone, then I think it's going to be hard to tell the difference between the Mini 3 Pro and the Avata. And also make sure to pause the video and set your playback quality to 4K before you watch the upcoming clips. So without further ado, let's roll the clips here and let's see if you can spot the difference between the Avata and the Mini 3 Pro. So after using the Mini 3 Pro from day one of release, taking it deep into the tropical forest of Hawaii and on the paddleboard going out to the Mokolua Islands, as well as taking it through parts of Norway. It's a must-have drone and it's the perfect companion. It's just something that you need to have if you're a content creator or if you're looking into a drone as a hobby. Now, I've never experienced such a drone which just clicks on every single factor. It's small and portable and only weighs 249 grams. It can shoot 4K HDR in both horizontal and vertical aspects. It can also shoot slow motion and take 48 megapixel RAW photos. And with the brand new RC controller, it connects so much faster than using a phone. It's also easier and the screen is bigger and brighter. The problem I experienced when using a phone, especially an iPhone, is when the phone gets hot, the screen dims down, and I experienced this when flying the Mavic Air 2S in Hawaii. I didn't see anything on the screen and was forced to use the return to home button. Now this was not the case with the new RC controller for the Mini 3 Pro. This kept its brightness throughout the entire day when I was flying for hours. So the RC controller is definitely a must if you get the Mini 3 Pro as well. Now I've already made a few videos on how much I love the Mini 3 Pro, so I'll leave those down in the description below if you want to check them out. But how is the Avata compared to the Mini 3 Pro? Which is the most fun, and is there actually a significant quality difference between them, and which one should you get? Should you get the Mini 3 Pro, the Avata, or should you get both? Now, I've been flying the DJI FPV drone for a very long time, and each time is as fun as the first time. But the new Avata takes fun to a different level. No, it's not because of the motion controller with head tracking, it's because it's smaller and lighter, which also means it's easier to fly and you have more control. So getting into FPV has never been easier. Now when it comes to the image coming from these two drones, the Mini 3 has of course the slightest advantage because it can shoot in 10-bit, but both can shoot in the descent-like color profile, so you'll have the same flexibility in color grading. And with the magic of editing, you can barely spot the difference between these two drones, especially if you watch this on a smaller device such as a phone. So here we have two side-by-side shots, one is the Avata and one is the Mini 3 Pro. Let me know in the comments below which one you think is A and B, and if you can hold it, I'll give you the answer at the end of this video. Now when it comes down to features, the Avata isn't even close to the Mini 3 Pro. That's also because the Avata is an FPV drone and not a normal cinematic drone like the Mini 3 Pro. Now with the Mini 3 Pro, you'll get the perfect drone, whether you're a beginner or experienced drone pilot. You will not need to have a license to fly the Mini 3, but you will need to register your drone. You should be able to find more information about this on the UAV sites for your country. The Mini 3 Pro is also extremely quiet. You can barely hear it when you're like 50 meters high. It also checks all the boxes for what you want and need in a travel drone, and it's the perfect drone if you don't want any attention. It's packed with features to enhance your flying experience and allow you to fly anywhere with its new obstacle avoidance system. It can shoot 4K 10-bit in D-Cine-alike, has active track, hyperlapse, master shots, 48 megapixel raw photos, and all these can be used in normal shooting mode as well as in the vertical shooting mode. And not to mention, it's only 249 grams. But one of the cons with this though is no internal fan, so it can easily overheat if you're taking a hyperlapse or hovering in the air for a longer time. The lens also seems to have a production issue with fogging, and there has been hundreds of cases reported where there's lens fog, though this is typical for warmer climates with a high percentage of humidity. But a quick and easy way to fix this could be to change out the original lens with some ND filters or some clear UV filters. My recommendations and the ones that I use will be linked down in the description. The Avata is a completely different drone, but can actually be used to capture most of the same shots. The Avata doesn't have the active track, vertical shooting, hyperlapse, or master shots like the Mini 3 Pro, but it has the horizon steady, which keeps the horizon leveled, just like we've seen with the Action 2 and other action cameras. This, in combination with the normal flying mode, you can capture some really amazing shots just like the Mini 3 Pro. And if you combine this with head tracking, you'll get the same shots as you would with the Mini 3 Pro when flying sideways and tilting the camera down and upwards. And just to mention, the head tracking is only available when using the motion controller. And if you want the same movement but faster, you can change over to sports mode. And same as the Mini 3 Pro, the Avata can shoot 48 megapixel photos, not raw photos though like the Mini 3 Pro, but you'll still get that 48 megapixel shot. So if you're going to film that normal footage, the two drones aren't that far apart. But as for the photos taken with the Avata, I really wish that we had that horizon steady so we can keep the image and the photo straight and even when taking our photo. So now if your drone is angled and you take a photo, that's exactly what you're gonna get. So that's a big con when it comes to the photo mode on the DJI Avata. But hopefully this could be easily fixed with a firmware update later from DJI. There's of course more to it when you're filming with the Avata. You will need to connect the goggles each time, but you will also get that immersive flying experience which you won't get with the Mini 3 Pro out of the box. And if you're just doing those line of sight slow shots with the Avata, it's enough to connect the goggles to your phone, and you can watch the live feed coming from your phone rather than wearing the goggles. The Avata is also an FPV drone, so the flying experience will be on a whole different level than the Mini 3 Pro. With the Avata, you can cruise around in sports mode, single-handed with the motion controller, or take it a step further and go full manual acro mode with the FPV controller. This is an experience you won't get with a normal drone. It's only obtained by flying FPV. It's just like a VR headset, but you actually have to be careful so you don't crash, lose, or damage something. It gives you that "why didn't I try this before" feeling, and once you try it, you're not going back. It gives you a kick every single time you're flying. So if you're looking for a new hobby or just not sure whether to get the Avata or the Mini 3 Pro, I will tell you this, you won't go wrong with either. They are two completely different drones, but as for basic flying or just getting into drones for the first time, they are actually quite similar. You can also do that normal flying style with the Avata as you can with the Mini 3 Pro. It won't show in your goggles, but your end result will be some of the same as long as you have the horizon steady on. Now for me, the Avata is more fun, but the Mini 3 Pro is more practical. You also need to ask yourself this: will I be flying for fun, or is there a purpose with my flying? What will I mainly be using it for? And will I travel with this drone or just fly it locally? It's also important to know that you need to register and have a license to fly the Avata. Now for the Mini 3 Pro, you will only have to register. Now either way, flying a small or large drone, I recommend that you get your license anyway. It's much safer and better, and you won't be looking over your shoulder each time you're out flying. Both the Avata and the Mini 3 Pro are extremely fun to fly, and if you have the option, get them both. If you're only looking to get one, I will leave that completely up to you, but for me, the Mini 3 Pro will be my most used drone because it's more practical. Even though the Avata is extremely fun, I see myself using the Mini 3 Pro more than the Avata. But to have the option to combine the FPV shots from the Avata and the cinematic shots from the Mini 3 Pro makes traveling more fun and the footage you capture more interesting. So there you have my short comparison of these two drones. I will have a more in-depth video coming later after I've used the Avata for a couple of months. If you found this video helpful in your decision to choose either of the two, please consider hitting that subscribe button for more and give this video a like for the algorithm. Let me know if you already got your hands on the Avata or if you're sticking to the Mini 3 Pro. And until next time, take care and I will see you soon.